Imagine answering the final question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, seeing a check for £1 million, and then learning that the producers have stopped the payment. That is what happened after British Army Major Charles Ingram entered the studio in September 2001. His game began badly. On the first recording day, he used 2 lifelines and reached only $4,000. But when filming continued, something changed. Ingram began moving through difficult questions, sometimes saying he did not know an answer, then suddenly choosing it with confidence. The strange pattern caught the production team's attention. Ingram repeatedly read the 4 possible answers aloud. According to the prosecution, a cough could then be heard when he mentioned the correct option. The suspected signal came mainly from Tequin Whittock, a college lecturer sitting with the other contestants and waiting for a chance to play. The idea was simple. Ingram would say each option, and a cough would point him toward the right one. His wife, Diana, was also accused of helping plan the scheme. She already knew the program well and had previously won $32,000, not a 125s as the story is sometimes retold. Ingram eventually answered all 15 questions correctly, but the celebration did not last. The program's producers reviewed the recordings, withheld the $1 million check, and contacted the police. The episode was not broadcast in its normal form before the case went to court. At the 2003 trial, prosecutors argued that the coughs lined up with correct answers and that Ingram's unusual changes of mind showed he was waiting for signals. The defense rejected that explanation. Whittock said he had a persistent cough, and Charles and Diana Ingram denied cheating. The jury convicted all 3 of procuring the execution of a valuable security by deception. Charles and Diana received 18-month prison sentences suspended for 2 years. Whittock received a 12-month suspended sentence. Financial penalties and legal costs followed, and Charles later had to resign his Army commission. But one detail matters. The Ingrams have continued to maintain their innocence, and lawyers have argued that later audio analysis raises questions about the evidence. As of 2026, however, the convictions have not been overturned. That is why this story remains so fascinating. It is not only about a cough, it is about how a tiny sound inside a studio filled with microphones became the center of one of television's most famous criminal cases. Was it a brilliantly simple cheating system, or evidence interpreted the wrong way?